Welcome, and this is your traditional stretch. It's going to involve stretching your hip, a little bit your hamstring, your hip, and your shoulders for posture. So what we'll need to do, what we'll need today is a chair and then a bare wall. And as you go get those things, well, I can't get the wall, but access the wall, just want to advise you that you or any of your family members that may be joining this class, always consult a physician before starting any exercise program, especially if you have any known medical conditions and or if you're pregnant. If you experience any dizziness at all, please stop immediately. We're not able to assume liability for any accidents or injuries. So here we go. We're going to start in a seated position. And so sit comfortably but upright on a chair. Your knees over your ankle, knees in front of your hip joint, shoulders over. And let's roll those shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Breathing in deeply through the nose and out through the nose if you can. If not, breathe out through your mouth. Just keep breathing deeply, relaxing. It's your time to stretch, so enjoy it. You finish this one rotation back. Now let's rotate forward, up, forward, down, back, up, forward. Breathing deep. If it helps, you can close your eyes. Let's do one more after this. And relax the hands right by your side. Let's turn your chin over to one side so you have a vertical placement from chin to forehead. Inhale, breath, and then exhale over to the other side. Let's repeat that again. Inhale, exhale, rotate. And one last time, let's rotate over to the other side, shall we? From here, I'm going to ask you to rotate back. But this time, I'm going to add a component. I want you to lower your chin vertically, but lower the chin down towards the top of your shoulders. Do not round the shoulders forward. It's a smaller movement. Do what you can here. Lift up, over to the other side, and lower your chin to the shoulder joint. To the top of the shoulder, I should say. That's a better description. Lift up. Let's repeat it. Over to the other side, gently, as you lower your chin down. You're not tilting the crown of your head. You're not doing any of that. You're just lowering it down vertically. And then up. Last time over to the other side. As you exhale, lower. Lift up. I'm going to add another chin neck stretch, and that is over. Take your chin over to a diagonal direction to your armpit. Now you're going to lower your chin to the armpit. And you can see it does lower a little bit further than the previous exercise. Lift up, over to the other side, to the armpit. And you could also feel the stretches now in a different area of the neck. Up, let's repeat that, over and down. Lift up, other side. And release. From there, take your hands and I want you to round your spine. Just C-shape it. So pull your tummy in, drop the shoulders down. Breathing deeply here. Just to limber up the spine, lift one elbow up a little bit. Working on stretching a little bit into the anterior deltoid, along with the muscles that run up and down your spine. Erect your spine out, lower that elbow so your arms are parallel to the ground, and then lift to the other side. Always relax the neck. Don't shrug, so keep a good open space between your ear and your shoulder, top of the shoulder, and now parallel your hand and release down. I'm going to ask you to take one leg forward, move it slightly forward on the chair, and then as you breathe out, I want you to bend forward with a flat back. Toes are up to the ceiling, pull in your tummy. Just a little bit of movement into the hamstrings here, into your calves. Placing my hands on the bent leg, never on the straight leg, especially near a joint. Now lower the toes and stretching the shin. So I'm working my right leg right here. Pointing the toes of the right foot down to the floor as much as possible. Still working my right leg. Release it up. All right, from there, I'm going to bring that leg in, take the other leg, switch my hands over to the other side, and then as I exhale, I'm bending forward out of the hip joint with a flat back. Toes are up to the ceiling. Breathing, allowing the muscles to relax and stretch. As you exhale, I want you to lower your toes down. It's maybe a little cumbersome if you have runners on. Do your best. Certainly remove them. Stretching out the shin. I'm now working on my left leg. Release it here. From here, I want you to take your arms all the way up. Exhale and bring the hands to the back of the chair if you can reach. And now I want you to roll the shoulders back, lift the chest up, and lift your chin up gently. Getting an upper back extension and drawing those shoulder blades back towards one another, stretching through the front of your chest. So we're already starting into postural work here. Driving those shoulders back, pulling in your abdominals. So if you're at your desk all day long and you're slumping over, well, this is the chance right here to stretch the chest muscle, contract and shorten the upper back muscles, and trying to realign the shoulders in proper position. And release it forward, draw in your abdominals. I'm going to work with my right leg now, lengthening up, and I'm going to bend forward. So I've got my right leg crossed over my left, flat back, now working into the hip joint as you could feel. Doing it very comfortably on a chair. Breathing out any stiffness there. And release it up. From here, I'm going to rotate my torso so it's on a slight diagonal. I'm going to hold on my right hand onto the chair back or chair seat just for a little bit more security. And I'm trying to re-leverage my body weight. So I'm pushing a little bit more or have a little bit more awareness. I have to push my left foot down. Really try to get that forward bend in that diagonal position. Then I'm going to lift my torso up, turn my chest forward. I'm still keeping that leg crossed, but I'm going to take my right arm and I'm going to do a side bend with that crossed over leg. Then from there, I'm going to swoop it down and around. And then from here, I'm going to take my other arm. I'm going to do a side bend to the other side with that crossed leg. If it's too much, you can certainly put the leg down. And then I'm going to swoop it around. And then I'm going to roll out. All right, from here, let's uncross it. Let's cross the other leg. Lengthen up and give me that forward fold, the forward bend forward with a flat back. Shoulders are down. Hold on to your legs. You could hold on to the chair, whatever's comfortable. All I ask is don't round your shoulders forward. Release it up as you inhale. Rotate your torso so you're on a diagonal. And then come forward on that diagonal movement. And again, I'm working my left leg. It is crossed over my right. And I'm holding onto the chair with my left arm. Left hand. Release it up. I'm going to turn my torso. And I'm going to take my arm all the way up. My left arm, I'm going to do a side bend right here. You can certainly hold on to the chair. If you're comfortable enough, you could do it without holding on. Whatever is comfortable for you. And then I'm going to round around, bringing it forward. And then I'm going to lift up. Lower that arm down. Take the other arm up. Over side bend. Reaching it out. Nice and long. And I'm going to take it all the way down. And then I'm going to roll it up. Okay, uncross that leg. And now we're going to ask you to stand. I'm going to ask you to come over to a wall. So that free wall, I'm going to move this over so you can have a better view. And you're going to stand with your feet against the baseboard or close to the wall, along with your hands right on up. So your hands are actually, I'll show you this, they're at 90 degrees. The elbow's at 90 degrees. Your upper arm is the same level as your shoulder joint chest. Okay, now this might be difficult for some. I'm going to ask you to do the best you can. Now, you may not be able to reach with your arm. It is far better to then take the entire arm as a unit and lift it off the wall a little bit. Even if I don't want you to try to reach and then reach with the hands, but then have to lift your elbow, or reach with the elbows and then move your hands forward. No, reach completely as one unit, even if it means that your arms are not touching the wall. That's fine. Aim to try to get your body as close to the wall as possible, and you may need to develop this over time. I want you to open up the chest. Draw the shoulders right over the hips here, really straightening up your posture. So if you do work hunched, you do walk a little bit hunched, and that's just your posture now from retraining it over years and years of just adapting to your workplace and your daily life. Well, we were meant to be upright like so. So try to do a little bit of this every day and try to straighten up and regain a better posture for you. Opening up into the shoulders, you can feel it. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but try to do the best you can and take a break when you need. And if you need to bend the knees a little bit, do so. If you need to walk your feet away from the wall for a little bit, do so as well. Really, really helps in opening up into the shoulders here. You know, you feel a little bit of tension into the upper back. Those are your back muscles contracting, and they're not used to this position, as well as being shortened. And they may be a little weak to hold this position, so that's what you're feeling. Release the hands down. And roll the shoulders back, not forward, back. Okay, just keep rolling those shoulders back. I'm going to reposition the screen. And I want you to walk over back to your chair. Take the chair back. Hopefully your chair does not have wheels, and or a desk would be absolutely fantastic if you had a desk, because you really want to spread your hands out wide. But I'm going to use the back of this chair. It's a little narrow, but I'm going to make do. I'm going to bend at the hip joint. If I need, in my time, hamstrings are a little tight. If I have back issues, you want to bend the knees a little bit. Otherwise, you can certainly straighten them, but be very mindful of any conditions you may have, or injuries or limitations. And just stretch here, reaching for that chair, the back of the chair, and or your desk. Like I said, the desk would be even better because you can actually spread your hands out a little bit further, which would be more appropriate here to really get into the latissimus dorsi. You want to spread those rib cage out by reaching out like so. Yeah, do what you can. Breathing deep, reaching your hips back and up. Always working on those shoulders. All right, bend your knees, walk in your feet, and then bring in your hands and roll those shoulders. From here, take the arms all the way up. Ask you to interlace your fingers. If you can, invert and stretch up, but keep the shoulders down now. Again, bend your knees slightly. And working on the shoulders. Take your hands, still interlace, place them behind your head. And then from there, reach out, thumbs to back, palms up. Behind your back, roll, lift. So that's your position right there. Release. Right leg, take it, step behind. High blood pressure, you're not going to do the head below the heart. So this will start here. Scoot your hip up. Breathing deep here, holding it there. Keep holding it. Okay, so you can stay there, all right? So if you have high blood pressure, reconsider this. We're going to come around. I'm going to take it down. You can hold on to the chair or the floor. You're going to try to straighten your legs as much as possible. Then you're going to walk your hand. So I have my right leg behind, and I'm walking my hands towards the left side, sticking my butt out. And my heels, both feet are right onto the ground. You may need to keep the knees slightly bent. You know how tight your hamstrings and your back is. Now getting into the hip here, into the IT band as well. Walk it forward, bend the knees. If you need your chair, hold on and roll it up. All right, let's repeat that on the other side. From here, take the left foot and step behind. Bend your knees ever so slightly, tummies are in. Lift the arm up, and now you're going to bend to the side and scoot your head up. Now you're going to move the torso slightly on a diagonal. You'll feel you'll know where your position is if you feel it the stretch running down the side of your body. And it's very, very appropriate, or not appropriate, it's tailored to your length of limbs, your arms, your legs, your overall body height. So you're going to have to move your torso till you feel it. So you're more than welcome to stay here, and or you bend the knees and you're going to take it down, holding onto the chair if you need, or if you could reach the floor, fantastic, or if you want to use blocks or books or anything. Now from here, you're going to walk your hands over to the right side. And notice your hips will shift a bit to the opposite side. Holding here. Breathing deeply. Just about done. So again, working into the hips now. We did a little bit on the hamstring, but worked from the hips to the shoulders. And then now the hips again. And then walk your hands forward, roll up, uncross the legs, roll the shoulders back. Take a deep breath in, lift those arms all the way up, lower them to your heart center. And that is your hips and shoulders stretch for this morning, for today, whenever you decide to like to do it. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.